The Kasa of Kamuki focuses on three women who move into the home, only to encounter unexplained activities that at first confound, then terrify them. With the help of their friends, they find the ghost from Japanese folklore who has an insatiable hunger for blood and corpses. So in this video, we are going to tell you the story of Kasa House. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Popularized in A Ghost Story by the late Glenn Grant, the Kamuki House stands at 8th and Harding in Kamuki, one on a foundation of 2 beds of lava rock. In Grant's retelling, it's called the Kasa House, a man-eating ghost in Japanese folklore, and was inspired by an incident from 1942 involving a woman who called the police saying something was trying to kill her kids. In 1994, a book about Obake and ghost stories in Hawaii was written and published by a professor of American history at Tokai International College in Honolulu. The book is a story about a fictional character named McDougal, who is a hardened private eye with the Honolulu International Detective Agency. The tale is written in the old pulp novel style with a no-nonsense edge to it. Through his partner Katsuoyama, the unwitting detective becomes involved in a world of sex, betrayal, and the supernatural. In this tale at least, the Kasa tears people limb from limb until there are literally only pieces left. At one point in the story, McDougal himself is nearly killed twice by the Kasa. There seem to be 2 different versions here of what the function of the Kasa is supposed to be. Is it a collector and consumer of dead corpses, or is it a super poltergeist-like being that is conjured by a Japanese curse-like sutra to tear its victims limb from limb? In the newspaper case, it is a 10-year-old boy who smells the presence of a ghost that ends up harassing his sisters in the first case. Later, 3 teenage girls are assaulted by a ghost in a Kamuki house. In the first instance, it sounds like it is indeed a clear-cut case of a poltergeist who uses the 10-year-old boy as a human agent with which to interact physically with whoever is present. Remember also that at the time of the 1942 article, the Hawaiian woman is under adverse circumstances because she states that her husband has abandoned her and the children. The story goes that when the officers arrived, the children were being hurled across the room, and there was nothing they could do for nearly an hour and a half. Police responded to a call from a woman shouting, "She's trying to kill my children. She's trying to kill my children." When they arrived, they found a young Hawaiian boy, his 3 sisters, and his mother all shrieking and being tossed around by nothing. About 30 years later, other occupants reported similar attacks by an unseen force, which the responding officers corroborated. The 2 most common theories surrounding the source of these reported attacks are a demonic shape-shifting creature of Japanese folkloric origins known as the Kasa, and the angry spirit of a corpse buried in the backyard. In ancient Japan, the literal translation of the name Kasa is fire cart. It is a creature that frequented populated areas where its dietary sustenance consisted of fresh human corpses. According to the lore, these creatures are a type of baked Nico, living among human beings under the guise of a common house cat or stray. They are bipedal and larger than most people, and they are accompanied by flames from hell where they make their advent in the evening during rainy or stormy weather. It is only during funerals that their true forms are revealed, and as a result, they are known to snatch corpses and spirit them to hell for punishment. A Kasa will animate a corpse as a puppet or simply eat it as a meal. The Kasa tears people limb from limb until there are literally only pieces left. McDougal himself is nearly killed twice by the Kasa. There seem to be 2 different versions here of what the function of the Kasa is supposed to be. Is it a collector and consumer of dead corpses, or is it a super poltergeist-like being that is conjured by a Japanese curse-like sutra to tear its victims limb from limb? Naturally, the house has been plagued with other stories. One that took place 30 years later when a young girl was attacked by an invisible force and the house had choked her. She immediately hid in her parked car, but the ghost followed her. This account is also based on a report from a Honolulu newspaper that recalled an answering officer to the incident approaching the girl's vehicle, when a big, strong, calloused hand that could not possibly belong to a teenage girl grabbed his arm and twisted it. Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.